It's the Boss Katana 50 Mark II versus the Positive Grid Spark 40 in a ridiculous showdown, a comparison that makes no sense. You guys wanted to see it. I'm going to give it to you today, right here on GearGasms.
Ooh, you suck!
Hi everybody, welcome to GearGasms. I'm your host Alan Barnes today, finally, because you guys have asked for it. Of course, you know I bought the Katana. I've done a couple of videos on it. You guys said Spark versus Katana, Spark versus Katana, Spark versus Katana. It makes no sense to me. They're both amps. They're both practice amps, but they are not the same to me. But you guys always ask about them in the same sentence. There's 3 or 4 amps that get compared all the time. So I'm going to do this ridiculous comparison. If you're new to the channel, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe. It is mostly a low rent controlled trailer park with cars on blocks and kids who are out with dirty faces way past their bedtime. But I'm trying to get better. Celebrate mediocrity. Now, since this comparison makes no sense, got to set some ground rules. The app for each one. One is an app, one is software. Now, you may not be in IT, them ain't the same things. So it's really not fair to compare the two. The Spark has an app that's very much on the fly, make your changes, do a lot of stuff with it, and a whole lot of extra functionality towards learning, jamming tools, practice tools, all kinds of stuff. The Boss Katana has Tone Studio, where you have to hook up your amp to a PC or a laptop, and I know there's a hack for Android and a stupid cable out there, I know, but no. You got to plug it into your PC. That's a big pain in the ass. But once you do that, there's a lot of things you can do, and you could sort of reset the onboard functionality of the Katana. You can change like the order of effects and things. So that's very useful to do every once in a while. And then you can make the Katana what it's pretty much supposed to be, which is an entirely knob-driven experience. Let's talk about something else that's different between these two amps. One uses modeling, the Spark. It uses modeling of specific amps. The Boss uses mystery tones. They do not model. It's a solid state amp. It is digital, but they just kind of have, let's call them voices. So to keep this fair, there's 4 voices on the Spark that I think correspond pretty close to 4 voices on the Katana. That's what we're going to compare. Just like other comparisons before, I'm going to give you what you want. I'm going to give you Spark, Katana, Spark, Katana, bippity back and forth. Same thing, same guitars, hopefully played the same way. And after that, I'm just going to do a knob for knob comparison between the Spark and the Katana. And at the end, I'm going to do something that most YouTube pinheads never do. I'm going to pick a winner. I ain't even going to be sorry about it. So let's jump right in. Now I said earlier this is just going to be a knobs to knobs comparison of these two amps, but I know you're going to fuss at me if I don't compare the effects, at least just what's available via the knobs. So we'll do that. We got the high-tech picture-in-picture. We're still on the old Skinner setting on the Strat. Just a touch of reverb. But across the top, we'll ignore this boost one for now. We'll just deal with mod, delay, and reverb, because that's what the Spark has. Let's make it fair. All right, so have you heard the reverb? So just more or less of it. Of course, cute little trick they've got here. Oh, different mode. Now we will look at the mods. It should be set for chorus since it's the clean. So you can go from subtle to wiggly. You can also have that. Little phaser and flanger. You like that? I knew you would. Let me just make sure this is phaser. That actually feels like it's turning up depth and speed at the same time, so that's interesting. Kudos to the Katana. Now with the delay. Turn it way up. That just changes, the delay just changes the level. But you have tap right here. So that's kind of, where's the camera? Oh, there you are. So that's kind of the knobs on the old Katana. Now we'll switch to the Spark. All right, we're going to do the same thing with the Spark. We're going to go knobby. We're going to turn them, spin them around, see what happens. Everything is the same on the guitar, position 2, the old Stratocaster. We'll dial in a little more reverb like we did before, start off the same way. And similarly here we have mod and delay. We do also have a tap button, so that's good. But on mod you get what you get. Now I don't know what we're gonna get because it's clean, but I'm guessing it's gonna be chorus. But you can change that very easily in the app. Let's see what we get. So you see with the Spark here, it's kind of just a mix. The modulation itself doesn't change like on the Katana. You may or may not like that. So we'll turn that off. Let's go to our friend delay. We see we've got a tap tempo already set. That's probably stored with the preset. Again, we're on clean. So again, delay, wet, dry mix. But you have the tap. We can slow the tap down. We can go tap, tap. Well, that worked. All right, Rockabilly City. So therein lieth the knobs of the Sparketh. All right, this is what we've all been waiting for, picking winners and losers. Now, when I'm comparing these sounds, I'm just comparing what I just heard in the room. I haven't edited this yet. I don't know how that's going to translate to the microphone, but in the room, these are the winners to my ears. For the clean, Spark wins by a nose. For the crunch, oh, it is so close, but Katana wins. For the next one up, I think it's high gain on the Spark versus lead on the Katana. Katana wins. And lastly, the brown on the Katana versus the heavy metal on the Spark. To my ears, again, not in editing, Katana wins. If you're keeping score, 3-1. That's on sound. Now let's talk about knobs. I love how that sounds. Let's talk about knobs. You want to talk about knobs? Let's have a frank discussion about knobs. For pure intuitive functionality, I like the Spark. It's just more or less the same thing. I can deal with that. As far as knobs go, the Katana absolutely has more functionality just because of the 3 variations. So I would say knob functionality goes to Katana. Knob usefulness and musicality, to me, goes to the Spark. So again, if you're counting on sounds, it's 3-to-1 Katana. On knobs, even with all that, I'm still saying slight edge to the Katana because that's kind of what it's designed to be. It's kind of not a fair fight. Now, when you talk about the app versus the PC thing, that's a preference. Me personally, Spark blows a Tone Studio out of the water. I love the immediacy of it. I love the fact that it has different things that will help your playing, even though I obviously don't use those things. You can do easy jam alongs. I like the Bluetooth functionality. Yes, you can plug background tracks into your Katana if you got a cable and you want to go into the back. So keeping score, I think what I'm saying is Katana wins. But wins at what? Katana for me wins as a grab and go amp if I was going to jam with friends or whatever. But for me, the Spark is more what I would call the living room / den amp. It's one of those things that you keep somewhere sort of tucked away. It's grab and go. It's super quick. The immediacy of having to be able to change something on your phone or a nearby tablet is super powerful as well. All right, so if you're keeping track, for me, the Katana wins based on sound. But for me, I still like the Spark better. You can battle it out in the comments. Just make sure you keep coming back and keep commenting. Please the algorithm. Shoot this video to the moon. Well, what did we learn today? We learned that it's really kind of stupid to try to compare apples to apples with Spark and Katana. They're not the same thing. We also learned, at least in my case, that it's possible to like the sound of one thing better, but still like the other thing more.
You suck.
As always, I thank you for the time that you spend with me. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I know you got some low-rent, classless friends that would love GearGasms. Please send them my way. And also tell them about the equally low-rent and classless t-shirts that I sell online to feed my kids. Oh. Whatever you do in the next 7 days, don't tell Dave Ellefson about it because... yeah. But play more guitar, watch less YouTube, and keep coming back here week after week for more GearGasms.